very happy. I'm willing to guess he's still not very happy, but he can tell us himself because he's now gone to talk to our Natalie. Let's go back to the O2 Arena. Natalie, over to you.
Yeah, he was incredibly annoyed, I think is the best word to describe it, Frank. But we've just heard word that David Haye is on his way over here. Can you explain a little bit more for us what's happening?
I don't know. You've heard what I've heard. I mean, yeah, we've all got nothing better to do than wait for David Haye today. So he's apparently going to grace us with his presence. So.
Some very strong words from you in that press conference. Just tell us how disappointed you are that he didn't show today.
I'm very disappointed because we had media from all over the country. There was a couple of TV companies here who were going to put it out on their 1 o'clock news bulletin, and we've missed it. And we're in the business of promotion, and they, the boxers are getting well paid and have an obligation to work for the promotion. It's not all about them all the time. You know, it's a tough fight for both of them. But if Enzo Maccarinelli can do it, why can't he do it?
Now, you said obviously it was quite disrespectful, but also on top of that, you're alleging it's actually a breach of contract.
Well, it is a breach. You know, we've informed him of the time we wanted him here, and I've made a complaint to the British Boxing Board of Control, and on the basis of that, I expect them to deal with it at a hearing, which they will do in due course.
Does this cast a shadow now over the weigh-in tomorrow? What's going to happen there?
No, the weigh-in will be at 7 o'clock tomorrow. If he don't weigh in, he won't pay, and there won't be a fight. It's not being moved. It's 7 o'clock. End of story. He keeps saying he wants to fight Enzo Maccarinelli, so he better be there for the weigh-in.
Do you think the lead-up to this fight from Haye's camp has been a bit disrespectful towards the Maccarinelli camp?
How many people have been able to get hold of him? I mean, this guy's on the missing list. You know, Enzo's appeared for everything, as most fighters do for shows, but he's been so difficult to do it. But we haven't troubled him. We've let him get on with it. But this week's an important week. It's a big build-up for the fight, and you expect the week of the fight for people to cooperate and not try and hinder. You know, the success of these promotions is not just about success for me. I mean, they look on as you're a promoter. They look on you like you're doing something against them. You know, I'm paying him a huge amount of money. And this guy should show some respect.
And you've been in the game a long time, of course. Have you ever known it that their own promoter couldn't get hold of him?
Well, you heard from Frank Maloney. According to Frank Maloney, which he said at his press conference, he's not been able to speak to him for 5 weeks. So what is that all about?
Now, we're standing overlooking this magnificent arena. I think you've described it in the past as being like it's going to be like a bear pit.
It is. Yeah, it's exactly. I mean, if you look round at it, I mean, it's just a bowl, and it's probably one of the, well, certainly the best venue I've seen in the world, without a doubt. And we've done a couple of shows here, but it's the first time it's going to be full capacity. So you're going to get a fantastic atmosphere here. It's going to be some great, it'll just be great.
It's being billed as the biggest British fight in the last 15 years. Explain to anyone watching who maybe tunes in for just the big ones how important this fight is.
Well, they're obviously for a start they're British fighters, but the most important thing is that they're two fantastic punchers. I mean, they're big punchers, and you know that neither of them know anything about other than go forward. So it's going to be an immovable object and an irresistible force. And I think at the end of the day, one of them will go over. That's the type of fight it'll be. It has all the ingredients of. I mean, look at the amount of press yesterday. When was the last time we see a big turnout like this? Everybody's interested. It's caught the public's imagination, and it's all British. And they're the two best cruiserweights in the world. There's nobody better than them two. So whoever wins is going to be king of the castle.
And we've got Calzaghe, Hopkins obviously coming up in April. Yeah. British boxing's really going through a golden age at the moment, isn't it?
Well, we're doing really well. Our fighters are winning, and we're showing the world that we're really good at what we do. It's one sport we do excelling, and it's fantastic as well. He even goes, filters down to the amateur level. When you think Amir Khan 4 years ago was the only British representative for the Olympic Games, we've got 7 qualified already for Beijing, and there may be 11. So what fantastic achievement, fantastic news that is for not only boxing, for British sport. We are good at boxing. I mean, we are really, really doing well. I mean, we've got, I think, in Joe Calzaghe, a huge winner, undefeated for, what is it now, 17 years as amateur and a pro, and he's taking on the best that America has to offer, and I think he'll win that fight.
And just a final word on Team Calzaghe, because of course Enzo trains with Enzo Senior. How important has that been for his career in the last 2 years?
I think it's been good because he went from training with his former trainer, who's a nice guy, but he wasn't with a lot of people around him. There weren't not many fighters in the gym and so forth. It's changed him around tremendously. He's in a gym where there's a lot of winners. He's in with an excellent trainer who knows his business. He's a tremendous motivator, and I think that's all added to him. And and I think he's got better and better every fight. For me, he's the most improved fighter in the country in the last 18 months.
Well, it's sure to be an absolutely spectacular fight. We look forward to it very much. Thank you for talking to us today. We'll try and get to the bottom of whether David's here, whether he's not, what the hell is going on. Back to you guys.
Natalie, great stuff. Thank you very much. You never know, we might actually see David Haye today. I say nothing.
Wait for Haye Wallace.